Oops, sorry. I just wanted to ask you something. Have you ever wondered how an electric water pump actually works? How does it pull water in like this and then push it back out? You might say, well, look, there's a motor inside that pumps the water. Oh, really? Go on. Where's the motor then? Underwater? Probably not. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that an electric motor wouldn't survive very long underwater. So today we're not just going to figure out how it works, we're going to build one ourselves using this little bottle and an old ballpoint pen, a $3 motor from AliExpress. Oh wow, this is amazing. Who needs running water anymore? I've got my own now, and I'm not even cleaning this up. Let it spill everywhere. Totally worth it. I built a pump. Let's jump ahead to the future, where the pumps are already finished. Not just one, but two. The funny thing is, one of them barely works. By the end of this video, we'll figure out exactly why. Take a guess for now. Which one do you think it is? The big one or the small one? Even though they're built exactly the same way. First, let's look at how this pump works. The design couldn't be simpler. Water enters through the bottom of the housing. I cut the bottom off the bottle, made several large openings in it so water could flow inside, and taped it back in place. For the outlet, I made a discharge tube from the barrel of a ballpoint pen and glued it on with hot glue. Both pumps are built the same way. Now the question is, how does the water get all the way up to this tube? That's where the spinning propeller comes in. As it spins, it swirls the water and pushes the entire flow upward. And that's where the biggest difference between these two pumps is hiding. I stole the large propeller from a robot named Bubblebot in one of my 3-in-1 robot kits. It uses this propeller to make ridiculous numbers of soap bubbles. The small propeller, though, I made from the metal lid of a jar. I drew a circle, cut it out, punched a hole in the center with an awl, and bent the blades into shape. It turned out just as good as the red one. Both propellers are just slightly smaller than the inside diameter of their pump housings. Here's why that matters. Imagine how much speed the spinning water loses before it even reaches the walls of the housing if they're too far away. It simply won't have enough momentum to keep moving upward. The pressure this pump creates depends on how fast the entire column of water is spinning. And surprisingly, the homemade propeller actually has an advantage. It's smaller, so it creates less drag in the water, which means it spins faster. For the shaft, I used a knitting needle in both pumps. A pack of 5 costs only about $1.50. I had to modify the large propeller a bit. The small one needed a different approach. First, I slid a short piece of ballpoint pen ink tube onto the shaft, then pressed the propeller tightly onto it. Both pumps share the same motor. I made it removable so I can swap it from one pump to the other in just a few seconds. I punched a hole in the bottle cap with scissors and mounted the motor there. Then, to connect the motor to the propeller shaft, I used another piece of ballpoint pen tube. Now it's time for the real test. Let's have these pumps pour me a drink and finally find out what's wrong with the bigger one. This pump has a body diameter of 6.5 centimeters, while this one is only 4.5 centimeters across, about 30% smaller. As we talked about earlier, the red propeller spins more slowly. On top of that, it has to push a much larger volume of water upward. The motor runs on a 9-volt battery, and it simply doesn't have enough power to accelerate all that water. One way to help the pump would be to move the outlet tube lower. Now it's this little guy's turn. Just listen to how fast it's spinning. Sounds pretty powerful, doesn't it? I can't wait to drop it into the water. Whoa! No way! I can't believe my eyes. This works even better than I expected. From now on, this is how I'm pouring myself a glass of water.
Mwah.